My name is Chris Ward. I'm the state assembly member for the 78th Assembly District, representing many communities here in central San Diego. And we're here for an important update and a reminder about an important piece of legislation that I'm championing at the state capitol to help you reduce your costs. We have heard loud and clear in the state of California that we need to have all hands on deck to make sure that we are keeping the costs, the rising costs that are consuming families' budgets a lot lower. And today we're here to talk about an issue which is currently affecting every shopper, every consumer, and it's something called surveillance pricing. Right now, companies are using your personal private data on your phone or on the IP address in your home computer to adjust the price of goods and services based on some of your own personal characteristics in a way that unfairly targets you. Simply put, companies are using what they know about you, where you shop, how much you spend, your location, your demographics, who you are, to decide how much to charge you. And this isn't just theoretical. In 2022, here in the county of San Diego, Target settled a $5 million lawsuit with our district attorney for unfair pricing practices, which changed customer prices when the customer actually entered the store's perimeter using geolocation tactics. A recent San Francisco Gate article found that hotel booking websites are raising the prices by $500 more per night than the rate offered to consumers in less affluent cities, say Kansas City, for the exact same room and the exact same dates. More recently, Princeton Review was found by investigative journalists to actually be charging your test prep online materials a higher rate if you live in a zip code with high Asian density. Last month, the Consumer Reports investigation found that Kroger shoppers have been unknowingly paying full price for items like meat and vegetables, which were advertised as discounted or on sale. And the examples go on and on and on, and I have to give a lot of credit to investigative journalists that are discovering this, testing this, realizing that this is really happening without you even knowing it, and really trying to shine a light on this practice. But as I said, it's not just theoretical. These aren't just one-offs. There's actually a concerted effort by companies and corporations to use algorithmic-based discriminatory pricing or surveillance pricing on a national scale. In the fall of 2024, the Federal Trade Commission was on track to be able to get documents and to examine what was going on with this phenomena called surveillance pricing, which is taking more money out of consumers based on who they are. They actually subpoenaed a lot of information and found documents from consultants that were saying and advising corporations to use algorithmic-based discriminatory pricing models attached to your IP address, attached to your cell phone data, to set a price that would result in higher profits for them. So you don't even know that this is happening to you, and all of your hard-earned family dollars are going straight into the pockets of extra profits for large corporations. At a time when the cost of basic necessities is rising, the last thing people need is to be charged those higher prices because of who they are. And let's be clear, this practice hits hardest on lower income individuals and with those on limited shopping options. Without any legal protections, companies will keep using these tactics to boost profits at the expense of everyday people like yourself. So what can we do about that? Well, we know this effort that we would like to have seen gone national with the FTC unfortunately was stalled because much of the work with the FTC under this current federal administration has been gutted. So state by state, we are trying to be able to tackle this with state legislation to protect, in this case, California consumers. We've got 5 states that have been working on this. Sadly, in some of the other states, the efforts have stalled, but we still have one of 2 pieces of legislation in the largest economy in the country that is trying to be able to protect your pocketbooks. Our bill, AB 446, is the Surveillance Pricing Act. It'll put a stop to this practice by ensuring that businesses offered standard pricing, a price that consumers would see if no personal data was used to determine it. One product, one price for every consumer. Ensuring fairness in pricing is preventing a new form of digital exploitation.
Californians, especially San Diegans, deserve fairness at the checkout line, whether they're shopping in store or online, and regardless of what they're shopping for. Recently, the San Diego City Council passed a grocery price transparency ordinance, which ensures that everyone gets the same access to grocery discounts. That was a local victory, but it's just one on a front in a much bigger fight, and that's why AB 446 matters so much.
Our members, cashiers, our clerks, our pharmacy techs, are the ones who have to deal with angry customers when prices change between the shelves and the registers. Without guardrails, surveillance pricing threatened to drive prices even higher, punishing low-income and vulnerable families at most. These price tactics create frustration at the register, put workers against customers, and erode trust in our stores. That's why UFCW Local 135 strongly supports AB 446.
What people need to know about surveillance pricing is that it is a form of predatory business practices. What happens is companies now have a tremendous ability to gather your personal information about you, that often that you unwittingly handed over to data aggregators, and they're able to aggregate hundreds, thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of pieces of information about you and weaponize it in a way through analytics, AI and other ways of analyzing it to figure out exactly how they can manipulate you in the marketplace to get you to purchase, to make purchases perhaps that you don't want, and paying more money than you should be paying.
AB 446 has already cleared its first major legislative hurdle. We have passed the state assembly in recent weeks, and the bill is now on to the state senate for its consideration. So we have a few committees that we are looking forward to hopefully continue to move this bill forward through the state senate and to the governor's desk for his signature later this fall, but it will be an uphill battle.